Please try and we will confirm.
Of zelf nog evalueren waarom of wat.
And please unmute. We can hear you. Yeah. Please switch on your microphone. Please, we cannot hear you. Please switch on your microphone.
Okay, that's my fault. Sorry. Okay. The real problem that I must look at other side. Okay, just once again. So, as I mentioned, but you couldn't hear me. So once again, we are all aware of the importance of the water, and we all know that humans can only survive, and many mammals also, on a few days without water. So in this case, we focus on the physiological importance of water, as it makes up 60 to 80% of our body mass. And water maintains cell structures and blood volume and regulates body temperature. Another function of water is its involvement in the digestions and excretion. Water dissolves and transports nutrients throughout the body and remove toxins and waste products via urine and sweat. But water is also involved in the movement of the body. For example, sinewy foods contains water, which reduces friction in the joints and ensures the muscle flexibility. Reproduction would not be successful without water. It is important for the formation of amniotic fluid and the development of the embryo, as well as for nursing the offsprings. In the wild, animals' reproductive cycles are controlled by water availability. So, lack of water can lead to dehydration, weakening the organism, and potentially resulting in death. The availability of the water sources therefore affects migration and the distribution of species on our planet. And how the animals manage water? Animals have developed a wide range of strategies to manage water, and this approach is very depending on environment, physiology, and behavior. So let's look like they are able to obtain water, how they could conserve water or store the water. The first one, drinking. Many animals directly drink from water sources, but carnivores often get most of their water from the body fluid of prey, as well as, for example, desert animals, like you can see here, the kangaroo rat. They obtain the water from seeds and plants. Moreover, desert animals used also so-called metabolic water. This metabolic water is produced inside cells during some metabolic pathway like fat oxidation. And these animals rely heavily on this source of the water. And one extreme example over there, it's a namib beetle, and some insects collect water droplets from frog dew. What about conserving water? You can have, for example, efficient kidneys, like many desert mammals, desert mammals concentrate urine to reduce water loss. And for example, birds and reptiles excrete uric acid instead of urea, saving water. Or you can minimize the sweetening or breath slowly, or you can change the behavior like resting in burrows during the hottest part of the day, being nocturnal, or seeking shades. And how to store the water. I think that the simplest example is camels. I'm pretty sure that you know that camels don't actually store water in their humps. Those are fast reserves, but they can tolerate wide fluctuation in body water. For example, they can lose 25 to 30% of body water, which is normally fatal in most animals. But on the opposite side, I should mention also the aquatic animals, and they face the opposite problem, too much water. So freshwater fish excrete very dilute urine to expel excess water, and many marine animals, of course, drink seawater and excrete the salt through special glands, like many seabirds, sea turtles, or sharks. So overall, water management in animals is a mix of physiological adaptation, like special kidneys, like salt glands, and behavioral strategies like timing, habitat use, and ecological interaction, like the type of the diet or the environment use. But when we keeping animals, one of the things what will interest us is water consumption. So let's look at some examples. Okay. I started with this one guy, and the consumption, daily consumption, is about 100 to 200 liters just for drinking. Opposite this, another big guy, giraffes, and surprisingly, giraffes needs only 5 to 10 liters per day of the water, depending on the diet, of course. And it's the same in the tiger, that the consumption is estimated around also 5 to 10 liters per day, depending on the prey. Next example, one of the big parrot ara, they need half or 1 liter per day. And we cannot forget the reptiles like snake. Many people still think that it's not necessary to offer the water in the exhibition to these species. That is not true. Even they are able to use the water from their prey, and they also use the metabolic water, but they really need it, even it is just a small amount. And in this case of this python, it's about, we can talk about 10 to 20 milliliter per day. And the last one of our dart frog, to say the truth, I don't know the consumption, nobody know it. It depends on the humidity, of course, because they ability to absorb the water by the skin. So let's continue. We do not have any aquatic species.
Please, only 1 minute left.
Okay, at the zoo at this moment. But we have many semi-aquatic, like you can see sea lions and penguins. But what I want to say, as I mentioned at the beginning, water is vital for all species, so no matter where they are living. If you would like to ensure the good welfare for them. So let's see the annual water consumption in our zoo. I will not talk about these numbers because I'm pretty sure that you will talk about them later deeply. But I just want to show you our annual consumption. That's for whole institution, not just for the animal department. And interesting is this is comparable to 2,200 are households. So what about the water quality? As you can see, we not just check the pH of the water, but also temperature or the microbiological or chemical content of the water. And that's about the aquatic or semi-aquatic animals. But for other species, we follow our legislation and standards, how you can see here. So summarize it, we checked not only microbiology content or chemical content, but also the water temperature, as was here mentioned in standards for penguins, but also how we check the hardness of water, which is also necessary to know, for example, when we are keeping some amphibians. So at the end of my presentation, I'm come full cycle. Without water, life as we know it would not exist. And as the picture shows, animals would be unable to behave naturally also, not just to survive, but also to not be able to reproduce or to behave naturally. So in this case, this giant anteater, for example, needs water not only to drink, but also to defecate, because bathing in water aids digestion, as well for hygiene. So therefore, when designing an eater enclosure, keep in mind, you will need to include at least 3 pools. So that's why there should be, I think, one more add to the end, and that's a happy life. So thank you for your attention, and thank you for helping us keep the zoo animals healthy and happy.